Okay. My name is Kim Laps. I'm going to be talking a little bit about Apple, the design of Apple's retail stores. This here is exactly 1 square foot. If this was from an Apple store, it would represent $6,050 worth of sales per year. This room, about 400 square feet. If this room was an Apple store, we'd be making about $2.5 million in sales just in this space right here. Okay, so $6,000 is a lot of money. As you can see, Apple currently has the highest sales volume per square foot. One thing I want to point out with this slide is that numbers 3 through 10 are all within $1,000, approaching $2,000 range. Tiffany's sells high-end jewelry. They're at $3,000, and then Apple's at the top. So there is a huge jump between 3 and 2, and then 2 and 1. So Apple's clearly doing something right, and we're going to break that down, going through the design, the layout, and the experience one has in an Apple store. Okay, I didn't know this, but Apple trademarked their retail location design in 2003. The trademark covers the materials, the general layout, and then this is an excerpt from it about the exterior of the building, which features paneled steel gray facade consisting of large rectangular horizontal panels over the top of the glass front and 2 narrower panels stacked on either side of the storefront. So it's pretty clear from the picture exactly what they're talking about. They have a lot of symmetry. Everything's really streamlined, which brings me to my next point, which is their typical store layout. Here is a plan and then a picture of their Zurich location. All their locations are similar. It kind of depends on the space that they move into. But you can see they have merchandise along the sides of the store, as well as tables in the middle of the store. They have a demonstration area, a kids table, and then their Genius Bar in the back where you can go for customer service or technical support. One of the things I want to talk about, let me go back here for a second. One of the things I want to talk about is kind of what makes Apple different from other retail locations, or like their competition. So this is something that was done in 2007. Apple did a pilot program in Best Buy stores to kind of see how they could sell their merchandise maybe in a Best Buy store. Makes sense. But I want to take a look at a couple things that I think Apple is doing really well here, and then you can easily see that Best Buy maybe needs to work on it a little bit. But all of the Apple products are at table level. It's really inviting for you to walk up, pick up an iPad, and start using it. If you want to try one of the computers from Best Buy along the side, you're going to be up here trying the computer. So it's just a little less inviting. Apple also has all of their merchandise stored behind the scenes. You don't see it. So it's kind of nice to just take it in. You can appreciate the simplicity of the Apple products, and you're not overwhelmed by barcodes and different things and other products and accessories. So that's something they do really well. The last item that I'm going to talk about is the experience you have as a customer in an Apple store. I interviewed Brianna Wallace, who is a Rider MBA student. She works for Apple. She's worked for them for 10 months. She's an Apple genius, so not only is she a really smart person, she's a certified Apple genius. She told me that by giving great experiences, it brings people back, which generates more sales, but even more importantly, long-term users. Our customer journey is what keeps the people coming back. I think all of the Apple employees have to go through the same basic training, no matter if you're going to be, an Apple genius or someone working the sales floor. Then managers and geniuses are flown out to California for a month to get additional training at the Apple headquarters. One thing to note is that no one in the Apple Store works on commission. So they are not trying to sell you the highest priced product to get the highest return for their sale. The last thing I want to talk about is a little bit about their point of sales. They don't have a cash register, a traditional cash register where you wait in line with your product and you pay for it. You can continue that kind of seamlessly, the transition from someone showing you a product to bringing it out and then scanning it with their iPhone and then paying for it, and then you can leave the store and all your problems are solved. Apple's recently launched an app that if you're going to buy an accessory, you can actually check yourself out. So that's kind of cool. I don't have an iPhone, but I kind of wish I did. Brianna said that they've been selling a lot more now that people can check themselves out, which I think is interesting, and it'll be really interesting to see what comes out of that, like in the future in terms of numbers. So to recap, the design of Apple stores is very streamlined. It's cohesive throughout all their locations. Really makes the products the star of the show. Nothing in their store costs like the materials or the design of the store costs like an exorbitant amount of money. It's all basic stuff. Then their layout, streamlined, it's efficient, seamless. And then the last thing, the experience, it just really goes to show that when your employees are enthusiastic and you have such a strong brand message, it's a good place to be a customer, and I think they're really successful at building that brand loyalty and getting $6,000 for that square foot. So, thank you.